I felt helpless. I still feel helpless because, it's just me and my girls.
A young mother finds herself in a nightmare, and her problems began with a power bill. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve Savard.
I'm Courtney Bryant. The mother says a utility worker threatened to shut off her power unless she had sex with him. And now this has escalated to death threats.
Only on 4 tonight, investigator Lauren Traeger detailing the mother's terror and what the utility companies have to say.
It's a scenario many of us have been through before, a stranger coming up to the front door. But Courtney Brown was recently all alone in her Overland home when she says something unimaginable happened.
I was off of work. I got a knock at my door around 10 a.m.
The man told Courtney she was behind on her electric bill.
He let me know that he was there to cut off my services.
Confused, she called Ameren, and a representative confirmed she owed about $160.
I asked her, well, if I can run down to Snooks to go pay it, can he just hold off on, disrupting my services? She said it was up to him.
But here's where it took a turn so terrible, it's difficult for Courtney to talk about.
It's just hitting me now because I have girls. I wouldn't want them to feel how I felt or how I feel right now.
In her own home, she says the man cornered her and gave her an ultimatum.
I asked him, if he could just hold off on, turning it off. And that's when he asked me, well, what are you going to do for me? And I'm just like, what do you mean? Because I'm not thinking, what he's about to say.
What he said can't be repeated on TV, but essentially Courtney says the man gave her a choice between 2 sex acts, insinuating he would shut off her power if she didn't do one of them. Stunned and scared, Courtney just tried to defuse the situation.
Proceed to ask me different questions, like if I'm single, and then just goes to say, well, I know you're not. I know you're single because if you had a man, you wouldn't be in this situation.
She managed to get out of the house and went to the nearest store to wire the money and pay her bill. And she called Ameren and the police to report what happened. But it didn't end there. She says the man, later identified by police as Christopher Lamont Giles, called and texted her. One of the texts saying, "You got me in trouble. They're sending me back to your house." In a report obtained by News 4, Overland police said they even talked to Giles. But recently, Courtney says he called again from a blocked number.
As soon as I answer, he says, B-word, you made me lose my job and I'm going to kill you.
Courtney is now terrified for herself and her children.
I can't let anything happen to them.
When you're threatening somebody's power to turn off their lights and they have 2 young children, that's about as vulnerable as you can be.
Edwin Ernst, Courtney's attorney, says he's got loads of questions about how this could ever happen and whether it's happened before. Courtney first thought Giles worked for Ameren.
When he showed up at her doorstep, he was wearing a work vest that had a prominent Ameren label on it. And so she thought that this was somebody from Ameren.
But they've since learned Giles was actually a worker for an Ameren subcontractor called USIC. According to their website, they do contract work with a lot of utility companies, Ameren and Spire in our area.
Since USIC is their subcontractor, we reached out to Ameren for comment. They would not answer any of our questions and referred us back only to USIC.
USIC also would not answer specific questions or conduct an on-camera interview. They sent News 4 a statement saying, quote, "The safety of USIC employees and the community it serves is always the highest priority. When USIC learned of inappropriate comments being made by one of its employees, it immediately conducted an investigation and terminated the employee's position in May. USIC remains committed to assist the authorities in any way it can if new information is learned." News 4 obtained records showing Giles has been charged with harassment regarding the threat to kill Courtney. But he's not been arrested since it's only a municipal infraction. It's not his first time in trouble, though. Court records show in 1995, Giles was convicted of felony unlawful possession of a weapon. Again, USIC declined to answer specific questions when we wanted to know about them hiring a felon. We went to Giles's listed address for his comment for this story, but he wasn't home.
Did you used to work for USIC?
Yes.
But he later called us.
There's a customer who claims that you propositioned her for sex. Is that true?
I have no comment. I ain't got nothing to do. This lady is lying. If y'all falling for that, that's on y'all. That lady is lying.
He denied it all.
Did you call her and threaten to kill her?
I did not call this lady. The lady is lying. She is completely lying. She's completely lying.
Why do you think she would do that?
I don't know. You gotta ask her. She's lying. She's lying.
But it's Courtney who says she's afraid to be at home. She wishes the companies would take this very seriously.
No one's reached out to even see, if I'm alive. Like, no, they haven't even seen if I'm okay, and I'm not okay. Like,
At the very least, she says she wants an apology.
it's not fair.
Again, Ameren referred all of our questions to USIC. Spire, who also contracts with USIC, did respond to us. They told us for the past year they've required USIC to conduct background checks. Now, we asked the Overland Police Chief why Giles was charged only with a municipal infraction. He says it's their standard practice for this type of offense. We will certainly keep digging for more answers. I'm Lauren Traeger, News 4 Investigates.